Welcome to this month's parenting video on infusing God into everyday life. Amy, I have a question for you as we start off. What do you think initially comes to people's minds when I say that they need to be leading our children spiritually?
When it comes to spiritually leading our children, one of the first things I think most people would think about is taking their children to church.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. And really, that's a great place to go, not only for our children to get closer to God and to learn about God's Word and to experience and fellowship of God's people, but it's a great place for us to get that as well. Now, the mistake that we can make is thinking that as long as we're blocking out time in our family schedule to go to church, we're good when it comes to developing our children spiritually. That's just not true, though. Driving them to church and being a part of their life at church is a part, but it's not all there is.
That's right. You are your child's most significant spiritual guide. Not the pastor, not the kids leader, not the student leader. So why not try to infuse God into your everyday life? I mean, once we become a Christ follower, we don't just follow him for a short period of time during the week, right? We want to spend time with him daily, growing in our faith. So today, Darrell and I would like to share with you some ideas on how you can make your relationship with Christ and following God something that you do daily. And we hope that soon you'll be infusing God into your everyday life.
Well, I'm excited about this lesson because there are so many ways we as parents can be creative and do this. But before we actually get to some really good application, we have to change the way we move through life. Now, Amy, do you perhaps remember the time that we went to that haunted house together?
Yeah.
All right, so kind of freaky, but we knew that there could be surprises around every corner, and it changed the way we walked. We were on the lookout for something to just jump out at us. And therefore, it made us more aware of our surroundings.
Okay, so I think I see what you're saying. So in the same way, while we aren't expecting God to jump out and scare us, we need to be able to keep our eyes open for these God moments we can infuse into our everyday life.
Exactly. So, Amy, what are some ways that we can get us started on making this consistent in our routine as parents?
So one of the easiest ways is pointing out what an awesome creator God is. From seeing a beautiful sunset or a rainbow in the sky to looking out the window and seeing everything covered in a beautiful blanket of fresh snow. So just nature alone presents so many opportunities in which we can connect our children to the creator.
Oh man, I love that. I love just thinking about creation and just thinking about God's creation. That's a great idea. What else is another idea?
So another way to infuse God into our everyday life is through music. Whether we're driving in the van, preparing dinner, or cleaning around the house, our family enjoys listening to some of our favorite Christian music.
Like, are you thinking like Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, or something else?
No. So when Owen and Olivia were in preschool, we would always listen to Yancey's Little Praise Party on repeat. And hearing them sing praises to God and getting to talk with them about what they're singing about was such a joy. So whether you have a Spotify account and can build playlists with some of your favorite praise songs or just tune your radio to play Christian music, take advantage of that time spent with your kids. So can you think of any ways?
I would say those are all great. I would think one of my favorite ways is by just watching a movie or show together and drawing out some spiritual conversation from it. For example, we just watched the movie Soul the other night. And now, while this movie may have missed the mark on presenting a biblical worldview, one thing it did do was present an opening for us as parents to ask questions like, well, what do you think your purpose in life is? Do you ever struggle with finding your joy in life? What do you think happens after we die? All of these questions were relevant to the movie, and things like this provide us as parents opportunities to switch from something entertaining to feeding our kids spiritually.
Yeah, I love that idea. So one of the last ways to infuse God into your family life is by prayer. And prayer doesn't have to be long and drawn out. Just look for opportunities throughout your day when you can say short little prayers with your child.
Yeah, perhaps maybe they get hurt or sick, and you can pray for God to heal them. Maybe they are scared about something. You can remind them that God is always with them and can pray that God would help them be brave.
That's right. One way to help teach your child to pray for other people is to write the names of people on popsicle sticks and then place it in a jar. And then you can put that jar by their bed. And then what you'll do is you'll just pull out and you can pray for whoever is on that popsicle stick. So yeah.
Absolutely. I think there's some great application. I love that last example of the popsicle sticks. I know that's something we've done in our house, and just from praying for big things, like church things, or even just praying for our neighbors and stuff is something that we've done as a family, and it just kind of helps them to get in that habit of praying and everything.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, us as parents, what we do here and Infusing God in Everyday Life, what we do here is not easy.
But it's worth it.